Heart is the most important organ in the body. It is just like the fist of the individual. It grows till the fist grows. It weighs about 300 to 500 grams depending upon the muscle mass. The heart is a peculiar organ of the body. When the child is in the womb of the mother, it starts the first beat at the age of 4th month of the pregnancy, and from that time it never goes on leave. It doesn't take a leave travel concession as we government servants take. It doesn't go on casual leave, warrant leave or any special leave. It doesn't go on a strike till the last day of our life. So it's very important to keep this organ running all the time in the perfect fitness of the body, and that's what called as healthy heart. And healthy heart is the one which beats when you need it faster, which beats slow when you're sleeping, and which is free of the disease. When I say free of the disease, the heart has valves, the heart has arteries, the heart has muscle, the heart has the layer of the muscle which is called pericardium. And the heart has got a network of the blood vessels starting from the root of the hair till the tip of the toe. And that's the cardiovascular department, as we say, is. So it is not just the keeping heart healthy, but to keep every system of the body healthy when we talk of the cardiac health. Cardiac health can be jeopardized by various things, and most important is the lack of exercise, because the heart to run needs exercise of the body. And second most important deterrent for the heart is stress, which we all have these days, which we pay as a price of modernization, globalization and many other things. Third, heart doesn't tolerate smoke of any type. The smoking or any smoke, which I mean passive smoking. Heart is made to pump a normal weighted man, not the obese man. So obesity affects the cardiac function. Heart needs that the cholesterol circulating within the vessels should be normal, or else it will get deposited within the vessels of the heart and vessels outside the heart. Heart also needs various things which circulate in the blood, like sugar, uric acid and so on. When the sugars are high, the heart lining of the vessels and the lining of the heart of inside portion gets affected. It so gets affected that it gets inflamed, and that we call as the effect of hyperglycemia or hyperglycemic insult. Many people think that heart disease is hereditary. True, it is hereditary, but we can reverse it. When we were students, we were told that the process of the heart disease, which is called atherosclerosis, is not reversible. Now we have modalities of treatment and modalities of behavior of the human body which can cure this deadly disease. Apart from that, heart also generates the blood flow to the body, as I said earlier, and for generation of the blood flow, heart requires a pressure. And that is the blood pressure for a common man. So to keep the heart healthy, we have to keep the blood pressure within the normal range. And normal range is a big word which varies from person to person. I say to my patient that your normal blood pressure is one at which you are comfortable, which may mean the upper blood pressure 120 to 140 or a little higher, and the lower blood pressure between 60 to 86 or 90. In females, the data is little lower. Then heart has another function, to beat with a rhythm, and that's how heart gets affected. And any disturbance in the regular rhythm of the heart is called arrhythmia. It's a common word in cardiac practice. It is also called correctly dysrhythmia, because it happens over a period of time, not always, sometimes constantly, very rarely. And for a proper rhythm, the heart has to learn to live with the stress, to live with the demanding needs, like when we are in a fit of anger, or when we are cycling, when we are exercising, climbing the stairs, shouting, quarreling, as contrast to the sleep. So it's a range. The rhythm of the heart depends on the range and how healthy we keep the heart. I'll tell you how to keep the heart healthy. There's another thing in the heart which is called heart valves, because heart also acts as a pump, as I said, to pump the blood to the body. It has valves which have its function, and most important function is that heart has a younger brother in the body which is called a pair of lungs, and the heart and lungs, they work together, and there is a separation when the blood comes from the lungs, which is a pure blood, and also the same time blood goes to the lungs for purification, that the heart does same at the same time, and therefore we need valves to establish one-way flow of the bad blood and the good blood. That's aerated blood and non-aerated blood, or technically oxygenated blood and venous blood. So the valves of the heart can also get disease. So not only the heart attack, which we commonly know is a heart disease. So the heart disease can be outside the heart, that is the pericardium membrane, the cover of the heart which keeps it moving friction-free. Then the heart muscle can get dreadfully diseased, which we call as a heart attack. That the heart valves can get diseases which we call valvular heart disease. Then the pressure related heart disease is called hypertensive heart disease, which is probably due to blood pressure, and most important and most neglected area in the cardiovascular practice, which also affects the brain in the form of a stroke, also fails the kidney because of the high pressure towards the kidney, or low pressure even towards the kidney in some shock-like situations. Then we have got coronary artery disease, because heart also needs blood for its own nutrition. And when we say heart needs blood, it has to be blood in full amount, and there is a reserve provided by the nature, which is utilized when the heart is working at its optimum, like a meter of the car. When you race the car, you drive at 140. When you normally go for shopping in a market, you drive the car at 60. So heart needs to know how much blood it needs at the speed of 60 and 120 both. So for that, nature has provided us coronary arteries. The health of the coronary arteries is very important. Any disturbance in the body milieu inside can cause the disturbance of the coronary arteries health, and that's technically called endothelium. Any erosion or any burning due to the high sugars, high cholesterol, high uric acid can cause ill health of the coronary arteries, which later on develops into coronary thrombus, heart attack, myocardial infarction and death. Sometimes the death in the heart disease is so sudden we hardly know as a doctors even that that is due to the heart disease. For that we have to keep the heart muscles in a proper shape. Not only the heart gets dilated sometimes, but heart also gets more muscular at times. There are athletes who can die suddenly in the field. I know a major general and one chief of the army staff who died in the golf field early morning playing golf, who was perfectly healthy a day before. I know several businessmen who had regular cardiac checkup, executive checkup, who died simply in the hotel sleeping. So heart disease is not only keeping the heart muscle intact, vessels intact, but also to keep its musculature intact. And when I am saying so, a regular exercise regimen is required to keep the heart healthy. As our dietitian has told, that heart also requires good blood circulating into it, which is free from high cholesterol, high uric acid, high sugar. Diabetes can also involve the heart in a big way, as can involve the hypertension. So the enemies of heart are diabetes, overweight, hypertension, lack of exercise and lack of sleep also. These days I have added this for the younger generation, which wakes up till late night, remains stressful and works hard, probably 12 to 14 hours a day, has hardly any time to relax, exercise and eat healthy. So keeping heart healthy is a big thing today, and we all are here to help you to keep a healthy heart, which is not a very difficult option. To keep the heart healthy, we require 5 days of moderate exercise of half an hour a day. We require good food and good quantity of food. I tell to my patient, you can eat everything, but eat within moderation. If you have a specific problem, then the heart diet can be tailor-made. At the same time, heart, kidney, lungs, brain, in a manner, whole body works in a unison. So if the heart gets disease, other organs can also disease. Other organs, when I say, due to the hypertension, as the kidneys get diseased, brain also can have a stroke, eyes can also get involved. So it is very essential to keep heart healthy. Poets have had lot of poetry on the heart. दिल ही तो है न संग खुश दर्द से भराए न क्यों, रोएंगे हम हजार बार कोई हमें रुलाए क्यों. But the poet says this, it talks of a stone in the heart. And there are stones in the heart, that's the calcification, which we now know as plaques, and they are our real enemies. So a combination of exercise, good diet, adequate sleep, stress-free atmosphere, eating moderately, keeping your blood pressure normal, keeping your sugar, uric acid and weight normal leads to a healthy heart. We all want to live longer. We all want to keep a healthy heart. But when it comes to eating or when it comes to exercise, we probably think that we'll start it from tomorrow and that tomorrow never comes. So do it today. Start keeping your heart healthy, keep your blood pressure under check, have a regular cardiac checkup at 3 monthly interval, get your weight checked, get your eyes checked, get your kidneys checked, and get your biochemistry checked to keep your cholesterol normal. And that's my mission: save the heart, keep your blood pressure normal, and live long. Thank you.